There is a place deemed so holy by its people they will travel from all over the country to go there to die. And I'm not talking about Varanasi. Located in the heart of Kathmandu, Pashupatinath Temple is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that attracts thousands every day. And this is my experience in the place of death. Hello! So I am here in Kathmandu all by myself, and I've been exploring for about the last week. Now, this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and although it's so different from what I know and what's comfortable to me, I think it's really important that I visit. Now, to preface, I have never seen anything like this before. I'm a little worried about how I'm going to be feeling about all this. Behind me is the entrance to the Hindu temple, and obviously I am not Hindu, so I cannot enter the temple. But there is a line that wraps around this entire building. There's so many people waiting to get in, and they said they're waiting for about an hour just to enter and go pray. And I guess some people who live in this area will even come daily and wait in line to go pray at this temple. So I'm going to make my way out of this area of the temple and walk along the river where everything else is happening. I am very nervous for this part, I will be honest, but there are other tourists here and this is a daily thing. It's happening 24 hours a day, so hopefully it feels pretty normal. I have just entered the temple. Not really sure where to go. Whoa, it's so busy on the right here. Okay, this place is very overwhelming. To the left of the entry, so the left side of the river, is where the bodies are being prepared. Obviously, I'm not going to show that. And the families are all standing around and they go through a series of steps and blessings before they go and cremate the body on the other side of the river. I think the most shocking part is how many people are here to watch the bodies being burned, and it's not just friends and relatives, it's, you know, random people and tourists are all sat in like an amphitheater watching these ceremonies happen, which make it feel not so scary, I guess. Behind me, this is the Bagmati River, and this is a very sacred and very holy river, but if you can kind of tell, it's pretty dirty and very, very polluted. But I have seen some people dipping themselves into the river because of its holy properties. I took a flight of stairs up and kind of distanced myself from all of that. There's a beautiful viewing deck from up above. So I will be completely honest, that was so overwhelming. I just walked in and there's like 6 fires going all at once, which means there's 6 bodies being burned and people everywhere. Cows and dogs were just running past me and I didn't really know where I was going or what I'm looking at. So finding this place kind of away from everything is super helpful. But it blows my mind how many people are just hanging out here. Like, this is so normal for them, and you know, I couldn't really relate. This is very, very different than what I've grown up with and what I'm used to. I think the only part that really, really gets to me is the smoke in the air, because I know what I'm breathing in and that part's really uncomfortable. So I've just been kind of using this scarf over my nose like that, and it's worked. So that white building is actually where people that are on hospice or elderly come to wait to die, which is so unusual to me, but I guess the hospital space is very limited and sometimes elderly care can be too costly, so people will come and wait as it's attached to the Hindu temple, and yeah, that's where people will wait to die and then be cremated right outside on that river. So that slab right behind me is actually where the bodies are placed right before they're about to be cremated, so there's a steps of rituals that the family members will do to prepare the body, and that includes dipping the feet into the water and pouring some of the water into the deceased person's mouth. That is definitely not some water I would want to be drinking. And this is a sadhu, a modern-day servant to their Lord Shiva. Although they represent something bigger, he was more interested in my cash. Sat right next to him was this woman, and I felt like a blessing from her could save the day. How much? How much?
जय देवी गजकामिनी शशिमुखी प्यारी पतिकै हुनु सिन्दुरले सुशोभित भई सौभाग्यशाली रहनु मुखमा बसुन् सरस्वती अति खुसी हुँदै बोल्दा वचन प्रेमले डुल्ला पनि अनेक तरहले रक्षा गरून् रसँगै गए आयो पूर्ण रहोस् है भगवती मैले भने झै भए यहाँ नबद्ध बलि राजा दान इन्द्र महाबल फेरि दम्पति बदनामी रको आशीर्वाद सबै लागोस् जायोस् नमस्ते मेरा
I just received a blessing, and that was really sweet. Obviously, I ended up giving her some of my cash. I'm not entirely sure what the trident means. I know that orange and red are very important colors in Hinduism. But in addition, I received this little bracelet, and I just thought it was sweet. I definitely could use all the good juju I can take right now. So I've just walked over to the amphitheater area. There's easily 2,000 people here, just packed together to watch this sunset ceremony, and I think it's just about to start. So let's hope I got a good view. I don't really know what's going on. It looks like, it sounds like just down the river a bunch of drums have started. So I'm guessing there's a show of sorts about to start. This huge thing of smoke just like blew over us. As the family members of the deceased came down towards the river, the rain started to come down. On my way out, I noticed this man, who locals referred to as the crazy one. Has started pouring rain and everyone is clearing out, so I think it's the perfect time to head back to the hotel. This has been such an incredible experience, so eye-opening, so cultural, so historic. One thing I would recommend is definitely come with a local guide, because I feel like, you know, trying to Google what's happening or ask around can be so stressful, and you don't want to feel extra stressed on top of everything else that's going on. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys, on this adventure. It really helped having you here, and I'll see you in the next one.